Live from Fred Waters Field at Moody Park, it's a battle between the top two teams in the Liberty Division. It's the 6-1 New Brunswick Matrix taking on the home side, the 6-2 South Jersey Kings. Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining us today for some ECCBL baseball. Alongside Max Raymond, I am Charlie Jones, happy to be with you. And Max, we got quite the battle on hand. Two of the top teams in the Liberty Division taking each other on, and last time the Kings got the better of the Matrix based off of some tough pitching late in that game from New Brunswick's side. What will New Brunswick have to do today to try and come away with a win and even up that series record?
Well, looking at just that last game alone, a lot of walks right at the end, walking in a ton of runs. So the first key, it's got to be throwing strikes and emphasis on throwing strikes. Now, a lot of these hitters are starting to make that adjustment now to swinging those wood bats. We're starting to see a lot of pop, especially here at Moody Park over the last two games on Tuesday and Thursday. I believe 3 or 4 home runs we've seen hit. So the ball can leave the yard, so pitchers got to be careful not to throw too good of strikes, but you've still got an emphasis of throwing strikes and having the hitters put the ball in play and challenging hitters, because both of these teams can play quite good defense. The pitchers have to be able to get it done on the mound in order for the team to be able to play some good defense behind them.
Well, you mentioned about the power that these players are now starting to find in the wood bats, transitioning from the metal bat collegiate season now to the summer ball season with the wood bats, and the Kings have done it nicely. Top of the league in hits, top of the league in RBIs. However, they can play small ball when they want as well. Top of the league in stolen bases as well. We spoke with manager Tyler Kimmick pregame about what they're hoping to do. It starts with getting on the base paths and then creating havoc.
Yeah, and I think that the biggest emphasis is on the stolen bags that we've got to put. We've got to put a big emphasis, because that's what head coach Kimmick told us at the start of the season, even at that scrimmage, was, hey, we want to steal bags, is what he said. He said that we want to take advantage of our speed because we've got speed up and down the lineup. And that's what he's done, and that's what this team has done. Almost 50 stolen bags already this season. He says he's got a goal of 100. I believe that they're right on pace for that. The emphasis is doing that now. Guys like Shear have displayed their ability to have some pop at the plate, which Matrix pitchers have to be weary of, are guys like that. But again, it's all about limiting mistakes for both of these teams. That's what the biggest key is for today. The Kings have done a great job of not causing or making too many mistakes. And for the Matrix, you can't make mistakes and give the Kings the opportunity to pounce, because they do almost 100% of the time. So for these two teams, that's the biggest emphasis. For the Matrix, got to throw strikes. For the Kings, continue to what you're doing, stick with your philosophy of stealing bags and playing small ball while also having the ability to hit the ball deep.
Matrix come in today first in the Liberty Division, Kings second. About to get underway from Moody Park, it's the Matrix and the Kings right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. Stick around for first pitch. Here we are for first pitch from Moody Park. It's the Kings and the Matrix in a battle of the top two teams in the Liberty Division. Thanks so much. You just heard it there. For tuning in, Charlie Jones alongside Max Raymond. Ready for action here from Ewing, New Jersey, and it should be a good one, Max. These are the top two teams, and they've shown why. Really great strengths on both sides. A clash of two different disciplines, pitching and hitting.
Absolutely, and it's going to come down to, like I said in the open, who can just simply play a clean game. And when looking between these two lineups, it's going to be really exciting to see how the bats are going to perform here on Moody Park. Again, a hot day, so the ball's going to be jumping. These guys are starting to get better with the wood bats, feeling more comfortable, used to how they swing, the swing weight, the feel, because, again, these are a bit more end-loaded bats than what a lot of these guys are used to kind of swinging and playing around with. So it's going to be really exciting to get to kind of see what these teams have to offer. But again, the two best hitting teams with the Kings as a team batting .313, the Matrix .300 as a team is so incredible to see from a lot of these guys. And so again, today it's going to come down to the execution on the mound and the defense and limiting mistakes. But it's going to be a fun day. I've got a feeling that both the first game and the second game are going to be really exciting with a lot of high-powered offense put on display.
Yeah, second one will take place right after this one, so make sure to stick around right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. And after this doubleheader, the Matrix may stay in first place or the Kings will overtake them. We'll see, and every game matters. You know, we've mentioned it many, many times. There's not many games in this summer ball season. Got to take every game when you can. A great chance for either side to take two today.
And when looking through the rest of the division, looking at the Mammoths that are a game back, looking at the Generals who have kind of struggled a bit, but they're only 3 wins behind you. A win today, 2 wins today, to build that separation from the rest of the league, especially the team that equals and wins to you, is so incredibly crucial. Again, the only reason the Matrix are 1 game up currently, or half a game, up currently on the Kings, and that is a 1 game in the loss column. The Matrix 6-1, the Kings 6-2. So 2 wins today would put you 2 wins up the other team, and that's forcing your opponent to win those games. It's so incredibly crucial, and so this is really could come down to be a pivotal day in the ECCBL.
Certainly could. Well, we are about to get underway. It'll be Gabe McCracken on the mound for the Kings, staring down Gavin Slichter to start things off. Righty-righty matchup as McCracken loads up and fires the first pitch. 12:02 our start time, and let's give you the starting lineup for the first team to come to the plate. The Matrix. It's Gavin Slichter at short today, as he pops that one up in the infield for the first out. Joey Spinello out in center. Anthony DiPetro catching today. Colin Perna batting fourth and playing third base. Ty Kobalakowicz at first and batting fifth in the lineup. Carter Kaminsky, the DH, batting sixth. Dom Manzilla, the extra hitter, batting seventh. Casey Chiola, the right fielder, batting eighth. Will Bethia, the second baseman, batting ninth. And Cody Rulo out in left, rounding things out for the Matrix in the 10 spot. Well, up here is Joey Spinello, as he fouls that one off, and McCracken up ahead 0-2 in the count early on.
Spinello's batting .316 on the season with an on-base percentage of .333. So this is a really big out, especially to get kind of moving early in the first with a guy that loves to just simply get on base.
That one outside, yeah. One of the many D1 guys on this roster committed to UMass Lowell. His freshman year, 67 at-bats, 25 hits, 14 RBI, 8 doubles, and drew 16 walks. He can get on base in many ways as he takes that ball inside. No runners on, 1 gone. And a 2-2 count to Joey Spinello. McCracken at the ready and fires. The 2-2 just upstairs. So the count now runs full after starting out 0-2.
And this is the pitching with patience at its work. Pitching to be careful. Don't want to give him too good of a strike, but you've got to still throw a strike.
As the 3-2 popped up in the infield once again and collected by the first baseman, Ty Kobalakowicz. Excuse me, first baseman for the Kings. Kings out there in the field starting off. They will be the home team for both games today. And just 1 out away from getting their first chance at the plate. But first, Gabe McCracken will have to face Anthony DiPetro. 2 gone, none on for New Brunswick. As the righty McCracken set to fire to the lefty DiPetro, who takes the first pitch for a ball. One out. In there for a called strike.
And DiPetro, another guy who just loves to get on base, batting .364. He's got 4 hits in his 11 at-bats, 2 doubles, and a home run. So a lot of pop in this bat that could do some damage early in this game.
That one fouled away, so the count now 1-2. Yeah, another one of these guys who's a very volatile hitter. In his freshman year at Pace University, 52 hits and 134 at-bats, 36 RBI, and 4 long balls as well. At .388 and trying to get on base right here. The 1-2 from McCracken, down low. Two from Gabe McCracken, lined up the middle and down for a base hit. That sharp grounder skips across the mound. Anthony DiPetro, first hit of the day for the Matrix, on board with 2 outs.
Third baseman, Colin Perna.
So I'll bring up Colin Perna, one of the best hitters in this Matrix lineup. Also a very strong pitcher who is our Vaccaro Auto Collision Player of the Game a couple weeks ago. And has had an amazing start to the ECCBL season. It's the first pitch to him down low.
I think amazing might be a slight understatement to kind of describe the 1,000 OPS, over 1,000 OPS. 2 home runs, 3 doubles, and a triple. 4 RBIs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 stolen bag, never been caught stealing. This guy just produces offensively. Just simply produces. Not surprised to see him in the 4-hole with 2 guys ahead of him batting .300, hoping to get some runners on base for him to do some real damage, but just an incredible season he's had so far.
That one skips along in the dirt. Yeah, Perna has been amazing so far. Also shows a lot of patience at the plate. 4 walks compared to 1 strikeout. A lot of veteran poise down there for a guy who's only graduating from high school right now. Has that one in there for a strike. So the count now 2-2 to Perna as that one hits him. Taps him on that backside elbow. So Colin Perna is aboard with a hit by pitch. And the Matrix have something going here with 2 outs.
Number 40, first baseman, Ty Kovalakowicz.
And now it's Kovalakowicz. And you've got to think at some point he's going to be able to unload one. No home runs yet on the season, 2 doubles. He's 4 of 16, but it just feels like that kind of breakout game is right around the corner for him. His true statement piece of the season.
Yeah, for sure. One of the more experienced guys when it comes to collegiate baseball in the ECCBL this year. Coming up on his senior year at William Patterson come springtime. In his junior year this previous season, had 45 RBI, 4 homers, 13 doubles, and a .350 batting average. So just as you mentioned, this is a guy who knows how to approach the plate and does a great job of it. Just hasn't broken through yet as much in the ECCBL this year. DePetro on second, Perna on first. As that one grounded from Kovalakowicz to the third baseman and fired over for the 3rd out. So a hit and a hit by pitch for the Matrix. However, they come up empty in the top of the 1st. When we come back, the Kings, their first chance to bat in bottom 1 right here on Jersey Baseball Nation.
The Kings.
Back here for bottom one for Moody Park, it's the Kings and the Matrix right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. The Kings, their first chance to hit today, taking on Justin Hascup, the starter for the Matrix. Hascup, so far this year, had one start through 3 innings pitched, only 2 earned runs allowed, but issued 4 walks. As the first pitch from him, a strike to Liam Schwinn, the leadoff man for the Kings today, only batting 7, as we will give you the starting lineup for them. As that one just down low. It's Schwinn, then Mason Myers, Owen Rozzi, Michael McGinley, Griffin Clark, Nick Shear DHing, Marco Christopher, Gabe Ryder, and Jason Bogart. As that one in there for a strike. Schwinn playing shortstop today, as Sean Heffernan getting a game off, though manager Tyler Kimmick said he will be back in game 2. As the 1-2 downstairs. Myers out in center, Rozzi out in right, McGinley on first, Clark the catcher today, Shear DHing, Christopher in left field, as that one grounded over to the third baseman and fired over to first. Great pickup there for Colin Perna, easy first out.
23, center fielder, Mason
And then
Myers.
finishing off, it's Gabe Ryder playing second, and Jason Bogart making his first appearance on Jersey Baseball Nation this year, as the Kings have only played a couple of games at Moody Park. Bogart will be finishing things off at second. Well, the first pitch to Mason Myers, a strike. Myers, the 2-hitter in the lineup today, moved up from the 6th spot. Tyler Kimmick showing a vote of confidence to Mason Myers today, as he grounds that one over to second. So 2 quick, easy outs for Justin Hascup, and the Matrix are already rolling. We know how strong their pitching is, Max.
Well, both these pitchers
Number
in
9,
Hascup and
right fielder,
McCracken came out and
Rozzi.
first 2 batters, weak contact. Now Schwinn's ground out over to third got a little more pop than the pop outs that we saw from McCracken against Slickner and Spinello, but still it is clear that these pitchers are coming out strong. Now can they stay the course and finish off their inning?
That is spot on. That was the trouble and the pitfall for the Matrix. The last time they played the Kings were up 7-5 going into the 8th and then gave up 10 runs, 9 of them on walks. Today hoping for a little bit better of an appearance from their bullpen as we get into the later stages of either of these games. So far, the attention is on the starter, Justin Hascup, for the Matrix. Got those 2 quick outs, but now down 3-0 in the count to Owen Rozzi as he fires that one in there for the first strike of this at-bat. 3-1 the count now. Rozzi, a left-handed bat, committed to Pitt as that one runs inside. So both teams with a 2-out base runner. Matrix started to get things going but couldn't capitalize. Let's see if the Kings can.
Baseman, Michael McGinley.
The thing with the Kings, and again, you've got to be careful, you cannot give them the free bags. When we look at this Kings roster and their on-base percentage, there are only 3 guys on the entire roster with a sub-400 on-base percentage. 4 guys. 4 guys with sub-400 is incredible. When you look at what this roster is able to do, and this is one of them in Mike McGinley, who's 385. There's 1 guy with a sub-300 on-base percentage. So again, you cannot allow them to have free bases. You've got to force the Kings batters to get themselves on because they're already good at doing that. You can't give them the opportunity to do it without any effort.
Yeah, the Kings boast one of the best OBPs as a team this year. They can beat you in a couple different ways as that one fired in for a strike. So count now 1-2. With 2 gone and Rozzi on first. They can beat you with death by 1,000 cuts or show some power at times as well. As the 1-2 popped up foul down the first base line and out of play.
Well, that pop in the lineup is just around the corner, and so if you're Hascup, want to get out of the inning here before you get to the real damage dealers.
Yeah, Griffin Clark and Nick Shear. Shear, top 10 in RBI in the ECCBL season so far. Has Cup ready for the 1-2 again. Staring down home and kicking and dealing. That one grounded over to first and flipped to Has Cup for the third out. So the Kings get a 2-out base runner in Owen Rozzi, but similar to the Matrix, are unable to do anything with it. It's 0-0 Kings and Matrix as we head to top 2 after this break. Top 2 in the Matrix to the plate. It'll be Carter Kaminsky, the designated hitter, Dom Inzilla, and Casey Chiola. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup coming to the plate to start things off for the Matrix. As the first pitch fouled back into the fence from Gabe McCracken, who faced 5 batters in the first inning. 2 quick outs and then let 2 base runners on, but got out of the inning unscathed. Kraken fires to the lefty Kaminsky for a ball. So the count now 1-1. So far this year, had 1 start, went 5 innings in that start, gave up 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and threw 9 strikeouts on 84 pitches. Had a great debut in the ECCBL season. Looking to follow that up with a strong performance today and already in a favorable count to continue that performance.
And Kings head coach Tyler Kamick, expecting that of him, talked to us earlier saying, hey, I'm looking to get my guy to go 5 innings. If I can get anything more, it's a bonus. But that's kind of what we're looking at. But he also understands that he's trying to prepare his players for what's to come in college ball. And he talked to us about how you don't always know and you can't always anticipate or expect when you're going to get an opportunity to go in and play. And so he's got a hope and a prayer of what he can get out of his starter. But he's also preparing his other arms in knowing that, hey, he's not exactly telling everyone who may or may not pitch today, but he's kind of keeping them on their toes. And so looking to see what he can get out of McCracken, hoping for 5. If he can get some more, it'll be great. If he gets a little less, then he's going to have to pivot a little bit. But it's going to be intriguing to see what these starters are able to do. But again, got to be efficient with pitching, and a 3-2 count doesn't help.
Yeah, definitely not. Already up to 26 pitches on the appearance today after recording 3 outs in the first. The 3-2 from McCracken fouled back, so we'll try it again. Yeah, pitch management is so crucial, and especially managing your bullpen as well. If you can get your starter to go a long 5 or even sometimes 6 innings, then you put yourself in a great position for Game 2 with the bullpen. 3-2 once again fouled away. We've seen it be the winning recipe for some teams. The Mammoths did it in a couple doubleheaders so far this year where they've had their starter go 5 innings or give them 4 strong and in Game 2 and be able to go to their bullpen. 3-2 once again, fouled away once more.
And Comiskey understands how good of a pitcher McCracken is, and he is battling right now. I believe we are now up to 9 pitch. This will be the 10th pitch of this at-bat.
Big-time battle between The righty McCracken and the lefty Kaminsky. Let's see who prevails. The 3-2 pitch from McCracken, fouled back once again. So we've reached the double-digit mark.
We are surpassing slowly this double-digit mark, this at-bat, as I believe the ump has gone through every single ball that he had that he brought out to start this inning in this one at-bat. Our PA announcer asking the fans to please help in retrieving some of these baseballs because this is a steady at-bat.
Fourth straight payoff pitch, and it runs outside, so Carter Kaminsky wins that battle on the 11th pitch, and the leadoff man is on for the Matrix. That is a crucial at-bat right there to extend that pitch count for McCracken and get things started for New Brunswick.
And now if you're McCracken, you're relieved to see a different guy in the box, but you also understand that that is taxing. Your stamina is now significantly depleted compared to compared to having thrown that many pitches to at least 2 or 3 different batters. It is taxing to have to throw that many pitches to the same guy. It feels like you've thrown 50 when you've only thrown 10 because of him foul and then foul and then foul. And mentally, can I get this guy out, just wears on you. So for the Matrix, this is one of those opportunities that you've got to find a way to take advantage of. Leadoff runner on, starting pitcher's already thrown about 12, 13 pitches in this inning. Now can you take advantage of a slightly more maybe weakened pitcher than you might have already have been?
Yeah, 1-1 with no outs. And Kaminsky on first. Is that one called the ball just a bit upstairs? Yeah, you're completely right. Already up to 14 pitches in the at-bat. 14 pitches in the inning, excuse me. McCracken rocks the leg and delivers. The 2-1 swung through. Great pitch there from Gabe McCracken to Dom Inzilla, the extra hitter today for the Matrix, batting 7th in the lineup.
I don't know what it is. I feel like Inzilla's always the extra hitter whenever I'm here. Whenever they're at Moody Park, it just feels like Inzilla's the extra hitter.
Seems to be the spot he likes as that one popped up to the center fielder Mason Myers and collected for the first out. That one hung up there for a second, but Myers able to track it amidst the brutal heat and sun today here at Moody Park. Not a ton of wind with occasional gusts to left and right, but battles the sun for the first out.
There's that whole talk about launch angle, though. Just got a little under that and lofted it up. If he could have flattened out his swing a little bit and hit it a little bit more of as a line drive, as right in the center of the back gets Chiola. Inzilla, level out that swing a little bit. Could be a liner to the wall or maybe out with the wind blowing out towards center field a little bit. But one out, and now first and second for Bethea.
Yeah, third free base issued by McCracken today, second hit by pitch, as Perna was hit by pitch in the first. So it's Kaminsky on second, Chiola on first in a 0-0 ball game here in top 2. As the first pitch that Will Bethea sees, grounded foul, back over towards manager for the Kings, Tyler Kimmick. He'll gladly pick that up. It seems like a shortage of balls in this inning, based off of how many foul balls Carter Kaminsky hit. Every ball sacred. So the count now 1-1 to Will Bethea. Batting in that 9 spot today in the lineup. Goes to Post University. 1-1 downstairs to Bethea, who in his freshman year there only took 3 at-bats, had 2 hits in them though. So a solid couple of first collegiate at-bats in that freshman year. 2-1 fired in there for a called strike. That breaking ball just bends away a little bit from the righty in Bethea. As that righty-righty matchup playing to the advantage of McCracken. Runners on first and second with 1 gone. The 2-2 for McCracken inside. Almost taps Bethea on the foot, but instead he wisely gets out of the way of that one. So the count now full. Another full count in this inning today for McCracken, as that one tipped into the glove. But it looks like they'll call it a foul ball. The runner, Kaminsky, from second took off for third, but it looks like he'll have to return.
It was tipped and it clipped the mask, actually,
Oh.
of Clark. That's what happened. That's why you lost sight of it. It's because he got deflected right off the face mask of Clark.
Well, that'll bring us to another 3-2. Swung on and missed. Great pitch there from Gabe McCracken to retire Will Bethea for the second out of the inning. First K of the day for McCracken.
Number 2, left fielder, Cody Rulo.
They'll bring up Cody Rulo, the 10 batter in the Matrix lineup. Out there in left field today. So with 2 outs and 2 on, the Matrix still with the possibility of scoring, but we need a big at-bat from Cody Rulo. First pitch to him, popped up right back to McCracken. So 1 pitch, 1 out there, very economical. And McCracken happy to record that third out of the inning. Matrix come up empty once again. Same instance as the first inning. 2 base runners left on base. Nothing to do with them. 0-0 as we head to bottom 2 right here on Jersey Baseball Nation.
For the Kings, the catcher, number 12.
Bottom 2 from Moody Park. It's the Matrix 0 and the Kings 0 as the first pitch to Griffin Clark skips across the dirt in front of the catcher. Clark, the 5th batter in the lineup of 9 today for the Kings. No extra hitter due to availability issues. So it'll be Clark, Shear, and Christopher representing 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. 1-0 from Hascup, grounded up the middle. And no throw. That one, just a tough play there for the shortstop, Slickner. It was slow rolling up the middle. He got to range to it, but could not fire it over in time. So the leadoff man is on for the Kings with no outs. Deja vu between the Kings and the Matrix. Very similar innings in how they've started today's game.
Yeah, that play just kind of a little lackadaisical. Trying to be a bit flashy, trying to pick it on the run and then fire rather than get into the spot, fielding it cleanly, and then flipping it over. So fundamentals coming into work as this modern day and age of baseball and sport in general, everyone's got a lot of focus on trying to be flashy and being cool, and it's kind of like, all right, but you've got to remember your fundamentals, and that was a fundamental play that just wasn't made. And now the Kings, historically, they've taken advantage of mistakes made. What are they going to do here with this opportunity? Leadoff runner on and nobody out.
Yeah, anytime they can get the leadoff man on, it can get scary. Let's see if the Kings are able to capitalize with it. As Nick Shear down in the count 0-2 right now as he takes that one for a ball. First pitch was swinging. Second pitch took a strike looking. Shear, one of the better hitters in this Kings lineup, moving down to the 6th spot today, swapping with Mason Myers. 1-2 Shear. That one grounded foul. Tyler Kimmick reaching out the hand, saying, I got it. Unable to come up with it, though. Going back to his playing days, you know. Kimmick, with a lot of history in this league, was an assistant coach with the Caps. Used to play in the league, and now managing the Kings. Off to his best start of his managerial career as the 1-2 to Shear popped up in the infield. Looks like just about everyone is calling for it, and it ends up in the glove of the second baseman, Will Bethea. So one gone for the Kings.
Number 7, left fielder, Marco.
It'll bring up Marco Christopher, excuse me. Clark still on first in a 0-0 ball game here in bottom 2. As Hascup at the ready, fires the first pitch outside on the back pick. He got him. Clark unable to get back to the bag in time, boasted a big-time lead. Ends up making him make the trot back to the dugout. So 2 gone, and a nice move there behind home plate from the catcher, Anthony DiPetro. 1-0 from Hascup. Down low, check swung by Marco Christopher. However, he did hold off.
Just can't get distracted, can't lose focus on the base paths. Got to stay locked in.
That one in there for a strike. So the Matrix now in a favorable position. No runners on and 2 gone for the Kings. Hascup with the delivery down low. Skips across the dirt. The count now 3-1 to Marco Christopher, the left fielder today for the Kings. As that one skips across the dirt. Past home plate once again. So just as the runner comes off of first, a new one takes their place just 90 feet away from home.
Yeah, but the difference is that second out versus first and second and only 1 out.
Definitely a momentum shift. You know, the Kings are very dangerous when they get guys on, leading the league in stolen bases and leading the league in RBI. You know what they're able to do once they're able to get their base runners on. But when they come off the base paths, it's a different story. First pitch to Braden Ryder. Catches that outside corner for a strike. Ryder playing third base today and batting 8 in the lineup. Second pitch to him down low, excuse me. Ryder so far this year playing his 8th game of the season today. 25 plate appearances. Has 4 hits, has come across home 9 times, 2 RBI, 2 hit by pitches, and a 6-6 walk to strikeout ratio. Christopher still on first. 2 gone in a scoreless ball game. 2-1 from Hascup upstairs. We mentioned it before, but the Kings only batting 9 today, excuse me. Missing that extra hitter can be a little bit costly at times. However, it can be proving to be an advantage. You're able to give some of those at-bats to the top of the lineup guys if you can keep on hitting. It worked for him against the Dirty Birds as they swept the doubleheader last weekend. We'll see what they can do in the doubleheader against the Matrix today, as back-to-back walks means a runner in scoring position for the Kings. Ryder aboard
Number 2, second baseman,
as a
Jason
pair of
Bogart.
2-out walks gives the Kings a chance to strike first. Christopher on second, Ryder on first, and Jason Bogart to the plate taking his first at-bat of the day. As the first pitch from Hascup in there for a called strike. Bogart only played 1 game so far this year, had 2 plate appearances. No hits, but a walk. So that on-base percentage at a 500 mark as he pops that one up to right and collected by Casey Chiola for the 3rd out. So in all 4 half innings, teams get runners on 1st and 2nd, but each time unable to come up with no runs. We're still scoreless here from Moody Park, heading to top 3 between the Matrix and the Kings when we come back. Top 3 from Moody Park between the top 2 teams in the Liberty Division. The Matrix 6-1 on the year. The Kings 6-2. Kings got the best of the Matrix the last time these 2 teams faced each other. We'll see who comes away with the victories today. Thanks so much for joining us on a hot Saturday afternoon. Charlie Jones alongside Max Raymond. Happy to be here with you. Thanks for tuning in. As Gabe McCracken out there for his 3rd inning of work, as the 0-1 skips away outside. So far for McCracken, 47 pitches. Got through 2 innings. Only allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout as well, as that one a called strike. Had a little bit of trouble in the top half of the 2nd. Started things off with an 11-pitch battle with Carter Kaminsky, which ended up in a walk, but then coasted his way to get out of the inning, as that one popped out towards left field and into the glove of Marco Christopher. That one was on for a little bit of a ride from Gavin Slickner, but couldn't find any free real estate. So the first out is recorded for the Kings. It will be Slickner, Spinello, and DePetro. Top of the lineup once again. As the aforementioned Joey Spinello up to the plate for the Matrix. Taking on that righty-righty matchup. Spinello in his first at-bat flew out into the infield, collected by the first baseman, Mike McGinley. That one popped up, but it will sail out of play. So the count now 1-1. Spinello, a East Brunswick native, as he grounds that one up the left field side and in for a base hit. Found the gap between the 3rd baseman, Ryder, and the shortstop, Schwinn, for a 1-out base runner. And the Matrix trying to get something going. Both these teams unable to come up with any runs despite the slew of base runners that they've had. Maybe a chance for the Matrix to do so here in top 3.
And the intriguing thing is that 8 batters have put a ball in play so far today. And I'd say that right there was maybe the 3rd solid or relatively hard hit ball. It has been truly weak contact. Besides the first inning single up the middle, the fly out, the 2 flyouts we've had, and then that base knock there has not truly been much true contact. And even when it's made, it's not all that hard. What does that mean? It means McCracken, is throwing well. He's just got to stick with the strikes. That.
Beautiful throw from Griffin Clark, and a great tag from the shortstop, Liam Schwinn, to get the base runner. So 2 gone for the Matrix as Joey Spinello caught stealing. Great play there from the Kings.
But to finish what I was saying, McCracken's throwing well. He's just got to stick with the program and continue to pound the zone. I see no reason for him to fear in his eyes of solid contact because guys haven't been able to do it. He's had 2 balls really leave the infield besides the singles that were grounders that just squeaked through. Otherwise, that's the 3rd ball that's been truly hit to the outfield so far today. So for McCracken, keep throwing strikes, man.
And that one still yet another out. So when the balls are leaving the infield, they end up as outs. Matrix with a 1-2-3 inning, and the Kings get a chance to take the lead in bottom 3.
Number 0, Liam.
Bottom 3 from Moody Park in a battle of the top 2 teams in the Liberty Division. 2 of the top 2 teams in the 2026 season for the ECCBL. Both teams boasting 6 wins as the first pitch from Justin Hascup. Down low for a ball. Faced 5 batters in the second inning. Gave up a hit and 2 walks, but ended up getting out of the inning unscathed. He'll face the top of the lineup for the Kings in Liam Schwinn, Mason Myers, and Owen Rozzi. 1, 2, 3 here in bottom 3. As Schwinn grounds that one with a couple of hops out towards left field. It takes a bad hop to Cody Rullo, and Schwinn able to extend a single into 2 bases. That one with a wicked hop on the infield and then a wicked hop in the outfield that caught Rullo up near the face area. So Schwinn already in scoring position.
Number 23, center fielder Mason Myers.
But even more intriguing than anything else is that was finally the first hit of the day for the Kings coming here in the 3rd inning. So a team that's really good at getting on base but also has a really strong batting average as a squad. It took them 6 outs, to get their first hit.
Well, they finally do so and are in a chance to get something going as that one bunted by Mason Myers. It was popped up, but the runner still able to advance as Schwinn now on third, just 90 feet from home. And we spoke to Tyler Kimmick about playing unselfish ball. This team likes to just bring home runs and is very unselfish. He said sacrifice bunts are a part of it. You see it right there.
Absolutely, and that's just an unfortunate circumstance of just popping it straight up. If that ball starts to kind of roll out a bit with his speed, as that one hit the batter in Rozzi, so it's a foul ball. But again, with Myers' speed, if that ball just kind of stuck down on the ground a little more, he might have been able to beat it out as it was a tight play over at first. So just an unfortunate where it pops it up. But again, situational baseball, having the knowledge and the understanding of what you need to do to execute, looking to get that first run of the game in. He had a leadoff guy on second, move him over to third, and now a ball in play to the outfield or to the right side should be able to get the speedy Schwinn home.
Definitely. As that one grounded up past the pitcher, Hascup. It's going to be a tough play at first, and they do make it. However, Schwinn crosses home for the first run of the day between either team. So a fielder's choice to first. See Schwinn home. 1-0 Kings, and Owen Rozzi doing his job.
Good old Baltimore chop right there, right over Hascup's head. If that's the Hascup, if he's able to get that, it's probably out at the plate and no run. But
this one popped up towards left center by Michael McGinley and collected by the center fielder Joey Spinello. That one he had to track down a little bit for the third out. The Matrix get out of the inning, but not before the Kings are able to strike first. It's 1-0 South Jersey as we head to top four when we come back. Welcome back to Moody Park in Ewing. It's the Kings 1 and the Matrix nothing as South Jersey gets on the board in the home half of the third. Now we head to top four where the Matrix try and equalize or take the lead. And the first man to try and do that is Colin Perna as he swings through the first pitch from Gabe McCracken for a strike. It will be Perna, Kobalakowicz, and Kaminsky. 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup for Glenn Fredericks today.
and
That one skips a little bit behind. Thought it might have hit Perna, but instead he scooted out of the way of it.
And for McCracken, this is, I believe, an incredibly pivotal inning for him because he's at now 57 pitches. For him to want to get through this fourth and then get another fifth inning, he's got to find a way to be efficient here in order to be able to have the longevity and the leash to be able to last him all the way through a fifth inning of work. The way that he's been going, averaging over 20 pitches per inning or almost 20 pitches per inning, he's got to find a way to be a little bit more economical with his stuff on the mound in order to be able to last through those 5 innings.
Yeah, took a step towards that in the third with a 1-2-3 inning. Trying to see more of that here in the fourth as that one sails away outside. So the count now level at 2 to Colin Perna, one of the better hitters for the Matrix so far this season. 4 RBI, 8 runs, as well as a .304 batting average. As he grounds that one past the third baseman, Ryder, for a base hit. The leadoff man on for the Matrix. They've had a lot of base runners today, but haven't been able to do much with it. Now a chance here with no outs to do exactly that. Try and tie things up or take the lead.
It's just simply finding a way to get that next hit. They've been able to get guys on. They've been able to move runners around the base paths, but they haven't been able to get the next hit that they need to score that run. It's that situational hitting that baseball IQ and understanding of what it needs to be done, and then being able to actually go and execute. It's enough to know what to do, but you still got to be able to go and execute, and the execution is the crucial part.
Yeah, they put themselves in good positions consistently, but now it's all about driving home the runs, manufacturing those runs with the guys on first and second. How do you get them home? Haven't been able to do that today. Kings haven't been able to do much of it either, though they struck for one in the bottom of the third as that one popped down the first base side and foul. It was still stayed in the park, but the right fielder Owen Razi unable to get to it. So the count now 1-2 to Ty Kobalakowicz. As the righty McCracken deals, Kobalakowicz pops that up again. One of the parts that has been tough for McCracken today, as he's already thrown a ton of pitches, has been the amount of foul balls the Matrix have been able to hit. As that one down the third base side, but barely foul. That one had a lot of pop to it. It was just a few feet to the left of the foul pole, and if it was fair, would have ended up a homer.
McCracken knows he got away with one there. He hung that pitch. That's not where you want to throw any pitch, whether it's a fastball, a changeup, a breaking ball, or whatever. Don't want to throw a pitch upstairs to Kobalakowicz.
1-2 to Ty Kobalakowicz down in the dirt. Yeah, that one, a whole lot of danger. You could see the alarm bells going off as that one was sailing, just ended up foul. But a whole lot of power there from Ty Kobalakowicz. Perhaps a sign of maybe stuff to come for the Matrix. As the 2-2 up high. So after starting off 1-2 in the count, Kobalakowicz has fought his way to a full count, and we'll get to see a payoff pitch. No outs, 1-0 Kings, and a runner on first for the Matrix. McCracken, the 3-2, dealt inside. So after the leadoff single from Colin Perna, Ty Kobalakowicz gets on with a walk, and now it's first and second for New Brunswick with no outs.
And this might be where, if you're Coach Kimmick, you start considering who's next and what to do. Because now the thought process isn't, can I get him through 5? Now the process is, can I get him through 4? And how much damage am I going to take trying to push him to get there in order to save some of my arms? Because, again, this is a doubleheader. 14 innings is what you're planning to have to cover. And so because of that, at a minimum, and so because of that, you've got to be cautious and aware of who you have and what to do.
Hey, you're spot on about that, Max, as he sends an arm out towards the bullpen. You know, you don't want to let things get away from you. This is a crucial matchup for the standings. We've mentioned it a bunch of times. The Kings, 6-2. The Matrix, 6-1. Only a half a game up on South Jersey in the Liberty Division. And these are the games that could matter down the stretch, even though it is still early on in this first third of the ECCBL season.
That's Gogalski walking down. Coach Kimmick talked to us about how Gogalski was going to kind of be the next guy, but he was hoping we'd only have to throw 2 innings. Might need him to get 3 and a little more than that. Gogalski's got 5 innings thrown already this season, and we'll give you more of his stats if and when he comes in. But for now, the emphasis is on execution at the plate here for McCracken.
That one dealt inside by McCracken, but good for a strike. So the count now 1-2, trying to dispatch Carter Kaminsky, who worked an 11-pitch walk his last time up. McCracken hoping for a little bit shorter of an at-bat this time. No outs, runners on first and second for New Brunswick. The 1-2 from McCracken, popped up, ranging foul is Ryder, and it skips off the roof of the Kings dugout. So Ryder was in the right position as he trailed from third base, but just a little bit out of his reach. So Kaminsky still finding those extra little bits to work a battle, forcing Gabe McCracken to throw those extra pitches. McCracken already up to 73 today. through 3 innings of work. Here in the 4th, the 1-2 popped up foul once again.
Oh, brother, here we go again. Hey, kids, look, Big Ben, Parliament. Have to go through this all over again with now 2 back-to-back foul balls.
McCracken with the 1-2 once again, this time down low. So after 2 straight foul balls on 1 and 2, the count now goes to 2 and 2. Already up to a 6-pitch at bat. This one will be the 7th. Kaminsky has fought hard today at the plate. The 2-2, grounded softly up the middle. Shortstop Schwinn steps on second and fires over to first. However, could not get the second one in time. So he does get the lead runner from first. Perna will advance to third on that fielder's choice. But Kovalakowicz out at second. Couldn't get the double play, though. Unable to get Kaminsky at first.
And I think part of it was Schwinn seemed to be a little caught in between taking it himself and then flipping it. It looked like he was setting himself up the flip. And then when he finally fielded the ball, he realized how close he was to second and then just threw it to first and kind of rushed his throw a bit. I think if he just committed the whole way to attacking the ball, fielding it, stepping on second, and then throwing to first, he might have been able to make that play at least a bit closer and not thrown it a little awry and had his first baseman come off the bag for it. So it's the small things in baseball. It's the game of inches, and that's why it's called the game of inches, because just a little bit off the bag over at first, just a little bit faster to get to that ball and make that throw over, have a little bit more time, and you don't rush it as much.
And it extends a crucial inning for the Matrix, as Kaminsky able to swipe that bag.
McCracken. I think McCracken just stepped off and let him have it. I don't think a balk was called, but
Rather than advance that lead runner from third, Perna, to tie this up, he steps off wisely and just allows the stolen base. However, 2 runners into scoring position now for the Matrix as Carter Kaminsky swipes second.
But again, this is the have confidence, and I've been talking about it with McCracken all day about how the contact hasn't been that strong, and now he's ahead again 0-2 in a count. I know he struggled to get that strike 3, only 1 strikeout on the day, but you've got to think that you have the confidence on the mound to get these guys out, and a strikeout here, and then you're at 2 outs, and just an out anyway gets you out of the inning. In an inning that seemed to have the chances to fall apart and go awry for the Kings.
Yeah, this one a crucial spot if the Kings hope to stay in the lead heading into the home half of the 4th. It's 1-0 Kings here in top 4 with 2 runners on for the Matrix, as that one ends up outside into the lefty batter's box. It's the count now 1-2. 80 pitches for McCracken today as he faces Dom Inzilla at the plate right here. The 1-2. Grounded up the middle past the third baseman, Reiter. That one into left field. 1 run is home. They will hold up Kaminsky at third. However, in the process, Inzilla able to make his way to second. So it's an RBI single for Dom Inzilla, which ties things up. And the Matrix starting to find their groove.
Number 16, right fielder, Casey Chiola.
Looks like that will do it for Gabe McCracken's day as he gives up the 1 run and still responsible for the runners on second and third. 1 gone here in top 4, and things now tied up 1-1 as Gabe McCracken exits off of the mound and makes his way towards the dugout. New arm coming out of the pen for the Kings. We'll tell you more about him when we come back here on Jersey Baseball Nation. Back here in top 4 between the Kings and the Matrix, as the latter team has already struck for 1 with runners still on 2nd and 3rd here in the away half of the 4th. Charlie Jones and Max Raymond, happy to be here with you on a Saturday afternoon as the first pitch from Golgolski outside. New pitcher for the Kings is Anthony Golgolski. The lefty fires one as that one fouled just towards left field, just a shade off the line. That one would have gotten down for an extra base hit, but instead it'll force Casey Chiola to step back in and get back to hitting. Was hit by a pitch his first time up, now here in a 1-1 count facing Golgolski. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for the Matrix are Anzilla and Kaminsky as the 1-1 popped up, ranging foul. Will anyone be able to get to it? No, as that one skips over the tall fence just past the Matrix dugout. So the count now 1-2. Here's the final line for Dave McCracken, the starter for the Kings, who went 3 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and 1 strikeout on 81 pitches through 48 strikes. 1-2 from Gogolski. Popped up once again, this time in the outfield. Left fielder Christopher able to get it, and they hold up the runner at 3rd. Great throw there from Marco Christopher. Get that in quickly and hold up Carter Kaminsky at 3rd base. It looked like Glenn Fredericks might send him. Instead, he holds him up. So everyone stays put. 2nd and 3rd still occupied for the Matrix. But now with 2 outs, Kings just 1 step closer getting out of the jam. First pitch from Gogolski. Grounded over to Ryder at 3rd base and fired over to 1st. So Will Bethea retired on 1 pitch, and Anthony Gogolski records 2 quick outs and gets out of the inning. The Matrix are able to bring home 1 on 2 hits and tie things up. It's the Matrix 1 and the Kings 1 as we head to the home half of the 4th right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. Back here in Ewing for bottom 4 between the Matrix and the Kings. The New Brunswick Matrix 6-1. The South Jersey Kings 6-2 on the year. As you look at the current ECCBL standings, we've mentioned how big this game is, but also in some other Liberty Division action, some other teams vying for position. As the Capitals up 8-7 on the Mammoths in the middle of the 5th. That one something to watch out for. And the Generals tied up with the Dirty Birds 2-2. As the Dirty Birds, last in the Liberty Division so far, trying to fight for their 2nd win of the season, bottom 3rd, and a runner on 2nd for the Dirty Birds. Well, right here from Moody Park, it's 1-1 between the Matrix and the Kings. This one crucial to see who comes out in first place after this doubleheader today, as that one from Justin Hascup popped out to left field by Griffin Clark. It was a nice crack off the bat, however, easily collected by Cody Rulo.
Number 4, the DH, Nick Shear.
Hascup gave up the 1 run the last time he was out in the 3rd, but only faced 4 batters has been relatively smooth today with facing this potent Kings lineup. As first pitch to Nick Shear called for a strike. Shear so far popped out to the second baseman.
And intriguing now, Shear's got both batting gloves on, but before his first at bat he didn't. And when he had with no batting gloves, it almost kind of reminded me, as he lifts that one, reminded me of Joey Wendell. Wendell played with a bunch of different teams, but he's kind of like the righty version, a compact swing, looking to get a high batting average, high on base percentage. So just kind of something funny that I picked up in his last at-bat. But, of course, now he puts on the batting gloves, and my kind of connection is not the same.
I'm sure he's still happy with the player comp anytime you're compared to a strong hitter like Joey Wendell. You come away happy with that comparison. Well, the Joey Wendell lookalike, Nick Shear, retired on yet another fly ball to left field. So back-to-back F7s in your scorebook. Means 2 quick outs for Justin Hascup and the Matrix. As that one swung through by Marco Christopher. Comes up empty. Christopher walked his first time up. Hascup has been sailing so far today. Here in the bottom of the fourth, has recorded 3 2/3 innings. That one in there for a called strike yet again. Has given up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, no strikeouts. But the pitch count very low. That one is 52nd of the day. Length is a big thing for both sides in these doubleheaders. We'll see how that plays in as that one grounded over to Perna at third and fired over to first base for the third out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning as Hascup retires the Kings in great fashion to keep up his strong day. It's still 1-1 between these two juggernauts in the Liberty Division when we come back top 5 here from Moody Park. Ready and raring to go for top 5 here from Fred Walters Field at Moody Park in Ewing, New Jersey. It's the Kings 1 and the Matrix 1 in a 1-2 battle of the top teams in the Liberty Division. Both teams boasting 6 wins this year. However, the Matrix only 1 loss, had one of their games postponed due to inclement weather. And that is what puts them up half a game in the Liberty Division. Well, Anthony Golgolski out there back once again for the Kings as he fires that one down low. Last time he was out there, came in relief of Gabe McCracken, the starter, and generated 2 quick outs and left runners on second and third for the Matrix. However, New Brunswick still able to equalize things up, and that's how we've gotten to our 1-1 score. Golgolski with the 2-1 outside as Cody Rulo takes that one, the 10th hitter in the lineup today, and then you'll flip the lineup card over and bring up 1 and 2 in Gavin Slickner and Joey Spinello. That one in there for a strike as it kicked up some dirt. Rulo was already on his way to first, ready to take off the gear and running down the line, but instead will have to step back in the box.
I don't know if that was dirt off the ground or dirt off the catcher's glove, maybe, that you might have caught there as that one clips the bottom of the zone.
3-2 from Gogalski, grounded foul. Well, regardless, Rulo definitely thought that one was ball 4 as he headed down the first base line. And, you know, as a hitter, I'd imagine that it's very demoralizing when you have to step back in the box after a call like that.
Especially because you know the ump might not be too happy with you.
Payoff pitch, and this time it is definitely outside. So Cody Rulo aboard with a walk for the first time today. He makes his way to first base, and he'll flip over the lineup card. Gavin Slickner back up for the Matrix.
But I feel like it's always just kind of a rule of thumb on these calls is just wait half a second. You know, even on one of those, let the ump make the call.
Slow your roll.
Yeah, take your time. You know, it's a day at the ballpark. It's not a show and go. It's let's have a day at the ballpark, and so take your time a little bit, and let the umps make the call, because then that makes the umps feel good, and you're more likely to get a call in your favor next time around.
Someone who's definitely not trying to slow their roll is Gavin Slickner as he pops that one up, but no one able to get to it. The shortstop Schwinn, the center fielder Myers, and the left fielder Christopher all converged on it, but popped down in the middle of that Bermuda Triangle. So yet another runner on base for the Matrix. This time a single from Gavin Slickner, his first hit of the day. And it's first and second once again for the Matrix with no outs. They did it last time in the fourth and came away with a run. We'll see if they can repeat that performance or extend on it this time here in top 5. No one gone, with Rulo on second and Slickner on first, and Joey Spinello stepping into the box. Had a single his last time up, but then was caught stealing. Gogalski with the 0-1. As Spinello pops that one out of play. Back-to-back foul balls. So Gogalski now way ahead in the count, 0-2. Had a very effective 2/3 of an inning of work to close out the fourth. Here in the fifth, trying to get back to those ways. 0-2 from Gogalski. Swung on and miss. Great pitch there, but Spinello waves at first K of the day for Anthony Gogalski. And one gone for the Matrix.
That's a crucial strikeout there because no runners are able to advance on that play. And so now you need a base hit if you're the Matrix to score this run, or a couple of errors. But you've got to do the work rather than just being able to lift one to the outfield. So it makes scoring that next run now just a little bit harder.
Yeah, this is a very strong fielding team in the Kings. No errors today. We've seen errors eat up teams previously, but only one between both teams. That one registered to the Matrix. So you're completely right. It's got to be a base hit. You got to try and move these runners along in some way that is hard for the Kings to handle. Anthony DiPetro in the box for the 1-1, takes that one down low. The lefty DiPetro singled on a ground ball out towards center that skipped up through the infield and then also flew out to center, his second at-bat of the day. Still Rulo on second and Slickner on first. The 2-1 down low. A lot of patience today from some of these Matrix hitters, able to take free passes when they're able to. Perhaps another chance to do it right here. Ahead in the count, 3-1. Gogalski at the ready. Kicks and deals. The 3-1 inside. It's a one-out walk to Anthony DiPetro. And now the bases are juiced for New Brunswick.
Again, it's all about the pitch selection that we continue to harp on and coaches harp on through the season. It's pitch selection from pitchers of what to throw in, but it's pitch selections of hitters of what to swing at. And again, sometimes based on the situation, you might want to swing at something just off the plate to just put something in play. But of course, you don't want to swing at anything too bad, and you've got to be careful, as you could also find a way to work a walk. So it's all about situational understanding and baseball IQ, which these guys have displayed they have great understanding of. And so that's kind of the first steps, and that's what separates a lot of good ball players from these D3, D2, D1 collegiate ball players is baseball IQ. That's the kind of first way that you can begin to separate yourself, as there's a lot of guys that don't even get real much action in the D3 level because they don't have the IQ and the understanding that the starters do.
We talk about baseball IQ and how important that is. Well, there's a guy with baseball IQ at the plate right now. Pitcher and hitter himself in Colin Perna has gotten on base twice today with a hit by pitch and a single. Bases loaded in 0-2 count. Gogolski fires. Nice frame job by Griffin Clark, but unable to get the call. So the count now 1-2 to Perna. It's Rulo on third, Slickner on second, DePetro on first, as the bases are loaded for the Matrix with one out in a 1-1 ball game. Gogolski, the 1-2, upstairs. We've seen how strong Colin Perna can be on the mound, but he's also a very strong hitter. 7 for 23 this year, 304 average, 3 doubles, and 2 homers, so a lot of power in the bat. The 2-2. Fouled down the first base line and out of play on a pop fly. We've also seen a lot of these Matrix hitters battle and battle and battle, extend at-bats, extend pitch counts for the Kings hitters. Another instance of it right here. Gogolski shakes off Clark 3 times and finds the pitch he likes. The 2-2 just misses outside. Went with that breaking ball yet again.
Doesn't look like he has that breaking ball today. So those are also kind of hung up a little bit. Not where you want to leave a breaker.
Full count pitch. As that one fouled down the third base side. Almost gets a piece of Glenn Fredericks as he throws up his hands saying, hey, what the heck?
These Matrix batters are doing a great job working counts and battling. Gogolski's pitch count starting to climb up the board a little bit. This pitch number 30 on the day in what has only been an innings total worth of work.
Gotta try and find an effective out. Payoff pitch once again. That one down low, so it does walk in a run. And Colin Perna aboard. It's 2-1 Matrix as you see Cody Rulo cross home plate. Their first lead of the day. And it comes on a 1-out bases loaded walk. And it'll bring up Ty Kobalakowicz. Things starting to get away a little bit from Anthony Gogolski here in the 5th. Has issued 3 free passes already. Gave up 1 to the leadoff batter Cody Rulo. And then in back-to-back succession to Anthony DePetro and Colin Perna. Now he faces Ty Kobalakowicz. 0-1 turns to 0-2 as Kobalakowicz swings through that one. But you're completely right, Max. The pitch count's starting to really creep up there for Anthony Gogolski. No arms active in the bullpen for the Kings right now, so it looks like it's Gogolski's work to be done. 0-2, grounded up the middle, and it kicks up, and it hits the second baseman, Jason Bogart, really hard in the face. The throw to home sails over the head of the catcher, Griffin Clark. 2 runs are in, and everyone advances, so it's runners on second and third. However, the more pressing issue is the second baseman, Jason Bogart, down after that one skipped and caught him really hard up in the chin. So it's 4-1 at Matrix after that single from Ty Kobalakowicz. Actually ruled an error as it caught Bogart, caught off the glove, and hit him up in the face.
Our official rules analyst and our PA announcer and Jeff over there saying that's not where the error is, so they're going to call it a hit. They're going to put the error on the errant throw home. That's where this error is coming into play. So the nasty hop, rightfully so, can't really put it there on the good old second baseman because Bogart kind of put himself in a position to keep the ball at the very least in front of him. He just got an unfortunate nasty hop. But the real error was then Schwinn picking up the ball, trying to fire it home and completely airmailing that not only allowed a run to score, but allowed the runners to advance to second and third. So that's where the error comes into play. So it's going to be a single, and then the runners single, and then a run scores and 2 runners advance on the E6. And so that is for those of you at home trying to score this game. That is how it kind of
That one
works
hard
out.
It was a hard hop that took Bogart really high. Had a chance to make the play in even turn 2, but because of that bad Moody Park hop, it catches him, and he will exit with the injury, and it looks like someone getting loose and stretching around out there at second base.
Just a real unfortunate set of circumstances. But play's going to resume, and Heffernan's now going to fill in over at second base.
First pitch grounded up the first base gap. It'll drive home yet another run for the Matrix. Kobalakowicz will have to stay put at third. The throw gets away, so Carter Kaminsky able to advance to second, and it's a 4 spot here in the 5th for the Matrix. First pitch, grounded for a great hit, splitting that second base, first base gap up the right field side. And he'll bring up Dom Inzilla. So the hits keep coming for the Matrix. Kaminsky got the single, and they advance to second on the errant throw. That one skips away as that ball is passed. They'll say the batter got a piece of it, however. So everyone will have to return to their base as that one was fouled off. So the count now 0-1 to Dom Inzilla, the extra hitter. 1 for 2 today on a flyout and a single to left field. So it's Kaminsky on second.
Good on the ump for being big and vocal, walking out onto the field and making that call. You know, sometimes umps will just kind of make a call and they won't make it clear and obvious, and then you've got a runner coming all the way down to score just to find out that he's got to walk back. The ump just being like, no, go back. Foul ball. Be vocal. Have conviction with your calls. You are the law, so act like it.
It's the count now 0-2 to Dom Inzilla. It's Kaminsky on second, Kobalakowicz on third. Lefty Golgolski with a ton of traffic so far here in the 5th as he gets that strikeout on 3 pitches to Dom Inzilla. Swung straight through it. Second K of the day for Anthony Golgolski, second K of the inning. However, still one more out needed to be recorded. And the damage already mounting for the Matrix. Bring up Casey Chiola as he fouls that one back into the fence. The 9th batter to come to the plate here in the 5th for the Matrix. It started off with a Cody Rullo leadoff walk. Then a single from Gavin Slickner. He scored on a Colin Perna walk, and then another walk, or a single to Ty Kobalakowicz, excuse me. Anthony DiPetro got on as well. And then that single from Carter Kaminsky drove home a couple more runs as well. So it's now 5-1 Matrix, and a hit barrage for them here in the 5th. All right, with 3 hits, looking for more. Looking to get on base any way they can. They've taken 4 free passes very gladly. 1-2 to Kaminsky. Or to Chiola, excuse me. Swung through. So Anthony Golgolski gets out of the inning, but not before giving up 4 runs on 4 hits and an error. The Matrix now firmly in front of the Kings, trying to hold on to that first place in the Liberty Division. Kings trying to get some more runs and cut that deficit down when we come back to bottom 5. back here for bottom 5 from Moody Park. As it's a new pitcher for the New Brunswick Matrix. It's Justin Benito, the senior at Rutgers Newark at the D3 level. So far, 2 games played this year, 4 innings pitched. As that one sails high. Benito was the one who faced the Kings in the first meeting between these two teams and gave up those 9 walks that ended up sealing a Kings win after they were down 7-5 in the 8th. Benito's walks gave the Kings that win. As that one inside to Braden Ryder.
Dangerous Maverick. Loves buzzing the tower a little bit there.
It's Ryder, Bogart, and Sean Heffernan who steps in for Liam Schwinn after Schwinn exits with injury. That one popped up in the infield, and the pitcher Benito able to snag that one after it was popped up way high into the clouds. Down for the first out. So bring up the 9-hitter Jason Bogart. Or Sean Heffernan, excuse me. As Heffernan steps in for Bogart at second. We talked with manager Tyler Kimmick, and he said Heffernan would be playing game 2 regardless. Now getting ready for that spot anyway. Benito comes home with the 1-0. As that one is popped up in the infield once again. Trailing out a little bit. Matrix fielders almost collide, and it ends up being a catch. The center fielder, Joey Spinello, came from deep center all the way to shallow right center to make the play. So it's yet another fly out, and that one a little bit more treacherous than the first one.
That was close, and I know a lot of us remember back to just the other week when there was a bit of that collision out there with the Kings, and so I definitely was holding my breath when seeing the two of them get close, but it just looked like maybe at the most they tangled their feet a little bit, but no real contact made as they help each other up. So incredibly happy to see both players perfectly fine and no true collision as that one got a little hairy.
Yeah, Will Bethea ended up just hitting the deck to try and get out of the way, and it looks like he did for the most part. Those two guys coming out free of injury, luckily, as the Matrix record the second out, and it brings up Liam Schwinn back to the top of the lineup for the Kings. Schwinn taking his 3rd plate appearance of the day. Had a ground out and singled as well as he he doubled on a grounder to left field. And then scored on a fielder's choice from Owen Rozzi. 2-1 in there for a strike on that outer half of the plate. So the Matrix looking for yet another 1-2-3 inning. It would be back-to-back for them, this time with a different Justin on the mound in Benito. Righty comes set. Kicks and deals. The 2-2 skips away, so the count now runs full. Justin Benito coming in relief of Justin Hascup through 4 innings. Gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, no strikeouts, and only threw 52 pitches. But the long-away half makes Hascup exit the 3-2 upstairs to Liam Schwinn. So Schwinn aboard with a 2-out walk, and the inning continues for the Kings.
Number 23, center fielder Mason Myers.
So the first base runner issued by Justin Benito, but going back to that other Justin Hascup, the starter for the Matrix, had an outstanding day, Max, and really it seemed like he was generating outs at a very, very quick pace, very economical with his work.
Yeah, a little surprised to see him pulled. I would have expected him to go out there for another inning of work, but it's kind of the game you've got to play. It's the game within the game of when do you leave your guy out. Is that next inning that you leave him out there going to be the one where he gets knocked around a bit and all of a sudden your lead goes away? So far, so good for the Matrix. But they've seemingly just had the Kings' number today. This Matrix pitching that you harped on so much at the beginning of this game, talking about how good it is. They have truly been pitching an incredible game. 1 hit allowed so far between the two arms.
Yeah, they've been outstanding. Their last 3 wins all coming via the shutout. As that one grounded to the second baseman. Great snag there by Will Bethea and fired over to first for the third out. Hot hands out in the infield for the Matrix as they lead it 5-1 and get a chance to extend on that lead when we come back. Heading to top 6, it's New Brunswick 5, South Jersey 1 right here on Jersey Baseball Nation.
Leading off for the Matrix, second
It's top
baseman,
6
number 19,
here
Will
from Moody Park,
Bethea.
and the Matrix have leapt in front of the South Jersey Kings. It's 5-1 New Brunswick as the first pitch in there for a strike from Anthony Gogolski to Will Bethea, the 9-hitter in the lineup. It'll be 9, 10, and 1 for the Matrix. That one grounded over to the third baseman, Braden Reiter, and fired over to first for the first out.
Ryder's got an absolute cannon of an arm. I just want to make a note of that. He's been fielding it cleanly and firing it over. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's his 4th play he's made of the day. 3rd 5-3 that he's recorded. He's just been so smooth with his hands and reliable, and that's what you like to see defensively.
Yeah, he has had a lot of chances to showcase that arm and has been very strong with it. As the first out recorded for the Kings, trying to keep things where they are. As the Matrix striking back-to-back innings, got 1 in the 4th and 4 in the 5th after a couple of free passes from Gogolski and 4 singles. That one swung on and tipped into the catcher's mitt. So the count now 1-2 to John Koch, the pinch hitter for the Matrix. Normally a pitcher at Mercer County Community College, is that one upstairs. So far this year, in his pitching stats, 2 games played, 3 innings pitched, 1-1 record, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 hit by pitches, 8 strikeouts. However, this is his first plate appearance of the year, as the count now runs full. Working well with some patience, and having that mentality as a pitcher, now being able to carry it over to the plate, I'm sure is an advantage to him, as the full count swung on and missed. So Koch down on strikes. It's the 3rd K of the day for Anthony Gogolski. 4th K, excuse me, as he recorded 3 in the 5th. But still gave up those 4 runs, which cemented that 5-1 Matrix lead.
For now, of course, though, we say.
For now, indeed.
For now.
You never know when the Kings are able to get back into it. They've done it against this Matrix team already. We're down 7-5 heading into the 8th of the previous meeting between these 2 teams and ended up winning that one by plating 10 in that 8th inning.
The Kings are prone to the big inning. It seemingly comes at least once, if not twice a game. We've seen it happen twice in a game, but when they start rolling offensively, it can spiral out of control in the most poetically baseball way possible.
That one swung on and missed by Gavin Slickner. So the Matrix go down 1-2-3. A nice inning there by Anthony Gogolski, rebounding after that shaky 5th inning. We head to the bottom 6. It's the Matrix 5 and the Kings 1 right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. Don't go anywhere for the conclusion of this Game 1 of the doubleheader between the top 2 teams in the Liberty Division. Bottom 6 here from Moody Park. It's the New Brunswick Matrix 5 and the South Jersey Kings 1. Game 2 will start after the conclusion of this Game 1, about 30 minutes after. You can find that right here on Jersey Baseball Nation as well. Well, here in Game 1, the Matrix have exploded out to a 5-1 lead with 4 plated in the 5th. The Kings trying to find their way back into this ball game, but the outs are dwindling, and the time is 2. You can see the hourglass tip back over. Things are ticking down before the Kings turn into a pumpkin. As that one fouled off. So the count now 0-2.
Got 6 outs to play with. Let's see what they can do with it. And it all starts with the leadoff hitter in Razi, who's got a lot of pop at the plate. Got a home run on the season.
Yeah, he's been strong. The 0-2 to Razi. Popped up out towards center and collected by Joey Spinello easily. Didn't even have to move a step. So that power Razi retired. That's definitely a sigh of relief. For the pitcher, Justin Benito, who in his first inning of work only faced 4 batters. Gave up 1 free pass, but generated 3 quick outs, 2 flyouts and a ground out, and is now back to work here in the bottom of the 6th.
And see, a swing like that makes you question why you go to the gym so much, because a little less strength, and that's a little blooper into center field than a leadoff single. Razi didn't even fully swing. He kind of just flicked his bat at it, a little flick of the wrist. But again, when you're so built up and strong, the ball can kind of pop off the bat a little bit and travel like that.
So what you're saying is Owen Razi might have to lay off the bicep curls a little, Max?
Maybe he needs a little more to drive it a little further into the outfield.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be much happier with that result than a little bloop single. Well, he'll have to try and get that the next time up. This time, it's Michael McGinley, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. As he pops that one out towards left field, that one trailing back. That is gone! Michael McGinley! We were just talking about Owen Razi's power. This time, Michael McGinley showcases his. That is a long fly ball. And it gives the Kings another run, still down 3, but cutting at that deficit. It's 5-2 Matrix here in the bottom of the 6th after a solo shot from Michael McGinley. Great approach to the plate from Michael McGinley. And a great swing right there, as he just pops it over the head of Dom Massaro, over the fence, and gone. So now the Kings with a little bit of groove, a little bit of rhythm, as they'll bring up the catcher, Griffin Clark. So far today, a single was picked off at first and then flew out. Let's see what he can do after Michael McGinley gives the Kings a little bit of new life. That homer, only their 2nd hit of the day. The other one came from the single off of Griffin Clark.
Yeah, and actually he reached on an E6. The other hit was Schwinn. But again,
that one popped up. Everyone converging on it, and it'll end up being the shortstop, Gavin Slickner, who gets to it. Ranging pretty far to his left to make the play, but he does so. So 2 gone here in the 6th.
and now a pinch hitter, I believe.
Yeah, the Kings
For the Kings,
starting to
number
try
2,
and change
Will
things up.
Sabona.
It'll be Will Sabona out of Dickinson College coming up to the plate, trying to keep this inning going with 2 outs. As the first pitch to him from Justin Benito falls outside. First hit of the day given up by Justin Benito in relief of Justin Hascup was that homer by McGinley. But still has been working quite well. Very efficient on the mound as that one trails away for the second ball. Benito up to 24 pitches and has recorded 1 2/3 of an inning. First at-bat of the day for Will Sabona as the 2-0 runs inside, so now way ahead 3-0. And we've talked so much with Tyler Kimmick about how he loves to use these high-leverage counts, whether it be 3-1, 3-0. Use it to your advantage to try and get on base any way you can. And don't be afraid to swing away when it's 3-1. We'll see what the approach is here with 3-0. I'd imagine the bat stays on the shoulders, but we'll have to see as Benito kicks and deals outside. So it's a 4-pitch walk to Will Sabona, who gets on base. And he'll bring up Marco Christopher. 2-out base runner for the Kings, trying to keep things going.
Number 7, left fielder, Marco Christopher.
First pitch to Christopher, swung on and missed. So far today, a walk and a ground out to third. Kings have already plated one here in the bottom of the 6th. Looking for more. That one swung through. So the count now quickly 0-2. And Benito on the mound way ahead. Trying to get out of the inning for the Matrix. Keep that 3-run lead. Sabona on first. Benito winds and deals. The 0-2 swung on and missed. 1, 2, 3 swings in a row from Marco Christopher, all coming up empty. So a K ends the inning, but not before the Kings are able to get one home on a solo shot by Michael McGinley. It's 5-2 Matrix as we head to top 7, the final inning here of this first game of the doubleheader between the Kings and the Matrix. Right here on Jersey Baseball Nation. Don't go anywhere. Matrix trying to build on their 5-2 lead that they have established as we head to top 7. Charlie Jones alongside Max Raymond for the conclusion of this Game 1 between the top 2 teams in the Liberty Division of the 2026 ECCBL season. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 up to the plate for the Matrix, with Joey Spinello kicking things off for New Brunswick as on the first pitch, short little line drive out towards center field gets things started in a great way for New Brunswick, picking up right where they left off in the 5th. In the 6th, they went down 1-2-3, but getting back to hitting ways here in the 7th with Joey Spinello.
Catcher Anthony DiPetro.
And this is, for the Matrix, Insurance Hour. This is calling up, your Geico agent, your State Farm agent, and saying, hey, need a couple of extra runs here, need a little support here to get us through this game. As you know, the Kings put up one, and it just feels like that big inning could be right around the corner. You've got to be prepared, and for a pitcher to get another run, another 2 or 3 runs as a little bit of extra buffer is going to definitely help the nerves.
It's Anthony Gogolski back out there again for the Kings, as that one fouled out of play by Anthony DiPetro, taking his 4th plate appearance of the day. Had a single in the 1st, flew out in the 3rd, and then a walk and a run in the 5th. In that big 5th inning where the Matrix were able to plate 4 and bring 9 batters to the plate. And you mentioned it, looking for more insurance here, donning those blue uniforms. Look like they could work at Geico or Progressive, and trying to tack on that insurance right here. Well, they've already kicked it off in a good way to do so with that single from Joey Spinello up the middle. Now trying to get more with Anthony DiPetro at the plate as the 1-2 swung on and past the outstretched arm of Sean Heffernan at second. Spinello able to advance to third, and there are runners on the corners with no outs. That one was a hard hit ball through that right field gap just past the outstretched arm of Heffernan. So it's back-to-back singles to start things off for the Matrix. And it'll be another pinch hitter. There was Dom Massaro to end off the 6th. Now here in the 7th, it'll be Trevor Wallace pinch hitting in the place of Colin Perna. So with Perna's day done, he reached all 3 times. Now the first at-bat for Wallace in his place. That one called a strike. Wallace, so far this year, 3 games played, 2 for 10 at the plate. No doubles, no triples, 3 RBI. A couple of singles and a walk, as well as 2 strikeouts.
3 strikeouts.
You can add that to the total on the season stats right there as he goes down on strikes. First out recorded of the inning for the Kings. Still in a threatening position, though, as the Matrix with 1st and 3rd and only 1 out. And I'll bring up Ty Kopolakowicz as he pops that one up. Out towards center. Myers is able to grab it. The throw comes home, and it's right on the money. It will hold Spinello at 3rd. No runners able to advance. Things stay the same for the Matrix.
Yeah, this Kings outfield. This is the true epitome of no fly zone. Do not fly not only out there with a hit, but do not fly home. If you're over on 3rd, is wisely staying at 3rd was Spinello. If he took off, I think he would have been hosed at home.
Yeah, Marco Christopher out in left, Mason Myers out in center, Owen Rozzi out in right. The left and center fielders in Christopher and Myers have had a couple throws today that have held up runners at 3rd, unable to tag up because of strong plays out in the field. 0-1 to Carter Comiskey, swung on and missed. Comiskey has worked some long at-bats today and has been a big part of his team's effort in doing so. Had an 11-pitch walk in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice and stole a bag as well as he pops that one up out of play. And then had an RBI single in that big 5th inning. Was able to plate that last of the 4 runs for New Brunswick. Well, now down 0-2 in the count here with 2 gone. And 2 on. Runners on 1st and 3rd for New Brunswick. The 0-2 from Gogolski swung on and missed. So yet another K for the day of Anthony Gogolski. And the Matrix unable to plate any insurance. We'll see if the Kings can erase that 3-run deficit when we come back. Bottom 7 right here from Moody Park on Jersey Baseball Nation. Kings' last chance here in Game 1 will start in the hands of Braden Reiter. Then it will be Sean Heffernan, the 9th batter in the lineup, and then flip over the card to Liam Schwinn. 8, 9, and 1 coming to the plate in their last chance to erase a 5-2 lead that the Matrix are holding on to here in bottom 7. As the first pitch from Justin Benito up high. Benito came in relief of Justin Hascup and has been very solid so far. Gave up a walk in the 5th and then a homer and a walk in the 6th. But aside from that, it's been all outs, really shutting down this Kings lineup. That one called a strike on the inner half of the plate to Braden Reiter, taking his 3rd plate appearance of the day. Had a walk in the 2nd and flew out to the pitcher in the 5th. Second time facing Benito. 1-1 to Reiter upstairs. So the count now 2-1. This is a Kings lineup who, on the season, leads the league in RBI, leads the league in hits, leads the league in stolen bases, but has been a little bit puzzled here in Game 1 as that one popped out towards center. Spinello calling everyone off. He will get to it and make the play. So 1 gone here in bottom 7. But back to that point, the Kings only 3 hits and 2 runs to come off them. It's been a little bit of a struggle to produce some offense here in Game 1.
I feel like a little bit is an understatement, especially for the way that the Kings normally produce and the production they're normally able to put together and the amount of runs they somehow find to string together. 2 runs, 2 hits. Not the start of the day you might have expected if you're head coach Tyler Kimmick.
Definitely not, as this game and the next are very crucial for the Liberty Division standings. Matrix 6-1 on the season. South Jersey Kings 6-2. As that one down low to Sean Heffernan. 4-2. Both these teams back-to-back in the standings. Matrix in 1st, Kings in 2nd. With South Jersey trying to vault themselves into 1st. But they would need the sweep in order to do so. One gone already, no one on for the Kings. 5-2 Matrix here at Moody Park. Benito at the ready and delivers the 2-1 down low. Skips along the dirt and into the glove of Anthony DiPetro behind home plate. Shadows creeping in a little bit in the outfield. Not a ton of wind as well. 3-1 to Heffernan upstairs. So Heffernan aboard with a walk. It's a 1-out base runner for the Kings as they try to close this gap and keep this game alive or walk things off here in the 7th. It's a good piece to doing it, but now you got to keep those runners moving along like you've been able to do all season but haven't been able to do today. As the next man with a job to do so is Liam Schwinn. The first pitch he takes is upstairs for a ball. Schwinn, the first batter in the lineup today as they flip over the card. A ground out, a double, and a walk. 1-0 from Benito in there for a called strike. Great pitch with the fastball, able to use it to his advantage. It's the count now even at candlesticks. One's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on first for the Kings. That one up near the head of Schwinn. He had to duck out of it Matrix style, no pun intended. But he does do so.
You got to be careful of that bat, not hanging it up there and getting that down too. If it hits the bat, ball could go in play, could be a foul ball. You're just giving the pitcher a free strike, so that's why you're always taught, tuck the bat first when you go down.
Definitely could have been an issue as that one would have been a foul ball. Well, this time it is a foul ball. 2-1 turns to 2-2 as that one fouled off. As our home plate umpire Matt Chris delivers a new ball to Justin Benito, set for a crucial spot when he throws this next pitch. 2-2, 1 gone, and 1 on for the Kings. Benito gets the sign from DiPetro. Checks on the runner at first. Comes set, kicks and fires. The 2-2 in there for strike 3. Liam Schwinn rung up and not happy about it. Had some stuff to say to Matt Chris as he makes the sad walk back to the dugout. 2 gone here for the Kings. And their last hope is in the hands of Mason Myers.
And how about this for stat? That was the first strikeout looking of the day.
Wow. That is quite something.
Strikeout looking, and that is the second strikeout of the day by a Matrix pitcher.
Heffernan thrown out at second, and that's the game. Tried to swipe an extra bag and put himself in scoring position, but instead, he ends things. The Matrix come away with a crucial Game 1 win in the Liberty Division standings as they advance to 7-1 on the season, and the South Jersey Kings fall to 6-3. Trying to make that extra play, and normally that stuff works for the Kings. Unable to do so that time. Matrix take down Game 1 5-2 in a game where their pitching was truly the highlight. They had that explosion in the 5th for 4 runs, but Justin Hascup and Justin Benito, the duo of Justins, shutting things down against the Kings.
And they did it in a way that you might not have thought. When you hear shutdown, you think, oh, high strikeouts. 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking the entire day across the 2 pitchers. It was just weak contact, balls in play that were easily made by the defense, and just sound defense taking care of business for the Matrix. And on the offensive side, they did a good job of taking advantage, putting the ball in play, and being tacky. When mistakes were made, when walks were allowed, the Matrix took advantage. The Kings, on the other hand, not able to manufacture runs in the way that they normally do. Going to look to make the adjustment and do that in the second game.
Well, Anthony Golgolski charged with the loss for the Kings. The win will go to Justin Benito as he throws 3 full innings of work, gives up 1 hit, and that 1 hit was the solo shot from the Kings in the 6th inning. Aside from that, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and only through 45 pitches in those 3 innings was really generating a lot of outs and doing a nice job of mowing through that Kings lineup. Well, that will do it for Game 1. However, Game 2 is coming up shortly right here on Jersey Baseball Nation, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back live in about 25 minutes for the second game of a 2-game set between the top 2 teams in the Liberty Division. Final here in Game 1, the New Brunswick Matrix advance to 7-1 on the season and take things down 5-2 over the South Jersey Kings. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Max Raymond, my partner, and our producer, Josh Yuhas, I'm Charlie Jones, saying see you soon for Game 2 of this